This is all about looking out for us.
Thanks for the work you did.
Yeah.
I knew you wouldn't recognize me. I'm just kind of.
Yeah.
You had quite a many views last week on your. I've never heard of your radio station before last week.
Well, we've been out there about 3 years now. But let me ask you, how are you going to vote on right to work?
I actually support right to work.
You support right to work,
Yes.
so you'll vote yes on right
Yes.
to work. Okay. Thank you.
They have a legal theory that employers are allowed to voluntarily recognize a union that only represents its members in right-to-work state. But employers don't want unions, they're not going to voluntarily recognize anything, and there's not a single instance of this happening. But the only way that an employer is required under federal law to recognize a union is if the union represents everybody in that workplace, whether or not they're members and whether or not they're dues payers. And that's what makes this unique. But unions are not the only ones that charge dues. Excuse me, I'm almost finished, Senator. In the state of Wisconsin, like most states, if you're a lawyer and you want to appear in court, you must be a dues-paying member of the Bar Association. You can say, I don't believe in Bar Association. I don't like the judges that they endorse. And the state will say, thank you for your opinion. Now, please pay your dues if you want to show up in court. But the Wisconsin Manufacturers and Commerce and Americans for Prosperity and the Heritage Foundation is not coming to you with a right to practice law. I can't choose to live in a homeowners association or a condo community and say, I like the pool, I love what you've done with the grass, but I don't believe in paying fees. There's no lobbying for a right to live law. And I think that the comparison with the Chamber of Commerce is very apt. I know that in Indiana, the Indiana Chamber of Commerce was asked in their testimony, would you agree to provide all of your services for free to any business that in the state of Indiana, even if they don't pay dues? They said, absolutely not, we would go out of business. And this is a letter that Owensboro, Kentucky Chamber of Commerce, where the building trades had been a member and they resigned their membership, I think, as they disagreed over some politics. They said, we'd like to continue receiving all the benefits without paying dues. They said this would be against chamber bylaws and policy to consider any organization a member without dues being paid, and would be unfair to our other members. A union is required by federal law that somebody in the right-to-work state who doesn't pay dues gets the same wages and benefits. The union is even required to provide them an attorney for free if they have a case they think they've been mistreated and need to go to arbitration. So this is like saying, the part of my taxes that go to pay for the fire department are now optional, but the fire department will still come put out the flames if my house catches on fire. I don't need to be anti-fire department to not pay. I just need to be that times are tight, and somebody told me one of my